Okay, let's get going. Ooh, you can see here that there's a new puzzle category to play with, but we'll get to that later. For now, we gotta solve this focus point. Pay no attention to that timer. That's weird. I didn't know this game had, like, auto-saving. I really thought you had to manually save your progress. That's neato. Didn't realize that was a thing. You learn something new every day. I've done a couple takes of this video already, and I didn't like how they were turning out, so I'm doing it over. And that's fine. Actually, I'm gonna leave that there for now. Let's see. Yep, that looks good. Oh, we're getting close. Very close. Egyptian View by David Roberts. I just wanted to wait for the very loud victory jingle to resolve itself. I'm having to do a different recording setup than I usually would. I try and get away with as little video editing as possible, but I'm having to do some of that for having to do more editing than usual because of this game. You see, the options are pretty minimalistic. You can either have music or not have music. There's no sliders. So I have to record the game audio and my microphone audio separately. I'm recording the game audio in OBS and my mic audio in Audacity. Anyway, slices. Click a piece to select it. Tip. Try the pharaoh's head. Drag the selected piece to move it. Drag the selected piece. Let me try that again. Drag the selected piece onto another piece to connect them. Excuse me. Both pieces must face the same direction. Tip. Drag the head to the pharaoh's chest. Select a new piece and right-click to rotate it. Tip. Try the torso on the left. Select a piece and then click to flip it. Tip. Flip the piece to the right. Keep assembling the pieces until the puzzle is solved. Oop. Just gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Marvelous. On to the real thing. I find slices, personally speaking, to be pretty much always the easiest puzzle category in this game. I also really like the animations. I find this charming. It's like, hey, check this out. We can rotate and manipulate 3D objects. Isn't that amazing? And you know what? It kind of is. Making video games is tough. But what isn't tough is this puzzle. We're already done. The Great Sphinx at Giza by somebody. Just mentioning this offhand, I really like the UI design here. How it looks like really detailed woodwork. I think it looks nice. Oh boy, time for a rotoscope puzzle. The bane of my existence. I want that on the bottom. Yeah, pretty much like that. Let's see. Huh, that worked out pretty well, actually. Yeah, there we go. Ramses I, surrounded by divinities from the Underworld. Artist unknown. Sweet! I'll take that. Yeah, thanks. We already got that pop-up back in New York. This is a separate save file that I'm using. After the whole game crash business, I went ahead and made a backup save just to be safe. I'm gonna skip that one for now and do this one. Let's see. Yeah, that looks right. Try and follow the corners of this thing. That looks more correct. Is that right? Oop, didn't mean to do that. Let's leave that there for now. We can work it out later if it turns out to have been wrong. That looks right. I'm sure this game looked a lot better back in its heyday. I certainly remember it looking better, but it can be hard to tell what you're looking at sometimes. Hard to tell if you're making progress because of the crustiness of the JPEGs. This one. Where does this one go? Ah, those three line up, okay. There we go. Not bad at all. The Dead Before Osiris, the Supreme Judge, from the Book of the Dead. Artist unknown. I know basically nothing about hieroglyphics. Ooh, sweet. Getting lucky with those tokens. Anyway, as I was saying, I know basically nothing about hieroglyphics, besides the fact that, you know, it was the writing system that the ancient Egyptians used back then. But, they do look cool. That is all I have to say on that. Aw, look at this cute little mouse. Is that a mouse? It looks like one. That was not correct. That was also not correct. Where does this go? Right there. Let's see. I'll try not to go completely quiet for too long. This is a let's play after all. But sometimes I gotta let my tiny bird brain operate, you know? Gotta puzzle out where the pieces go and such. Not that I seem to be having too hard of a time with this one. Knock on wood. It helps that a lot of these pieces have not needed to be rotated. That is a general tip I have, for overlap pieces, is try and get away with as little rotating as possible. You might unintentionally make things harder on yourself if you know, go crazy with the rotations. But, that's just my 2 cents. Maybe you will find that more helpful than I do. I don't know. Birds in the Marshes. Artist unknown. Some good-looking birds. And other critters. Alright, another slices puzzle. These ones are pretty much always freebies. I say that and then immediately run into trouble. That's fine. yes, these animations are dragging out this puzzle by several seconds every time I every time I put on a piece. But I'll leave them on for the time being. Just because I like them. Well, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That there, and then put the feet on. Don't take that sentence out of context. And there we go. Statue of an Egyptian woman, Old Kingdom. Artist unknown. Modeler unknown. Hopefully they'll mention who did the art and stuff in the credits. I assume they do. Anyway. That was basically immediate, but I think that's in the right spot. Nice. Ooh, we got another bird. Is that Horus, I wonder? I should know this. I did these puzzles, like, not that long ago. Relatively speaking. There. Which means that, yeah, goes there. And that goes there. Let's see. We gotta deal with all these swirly bits. I'm sure there's a technical name, but hell if I know what it is. I super don't. Oop, did not mean to do that. Or that, I guess. Aha! Eye of Horus holding the flame in front of the sacred mount. Artist unknown. I knew that was Horus. I forget what he was the deity of, but he was an Egyptian god. I'm not very well learned in Egyptian mythology. I do know Sobek, though. I'm not going to elaborate on that. If you know, you know. Anyway. Let me just put this man's feet on his legs. Rotated the top of his head a little too much. That's fine. Statue of an Egyptian man, Old Kingdom, artist unknown. I'm lingering on these for a few seconds just so you can get a good look at it. I guess you could pause the video if you really wanted to, like, go over the details, but I don't know, I'm just trying to be courteous, I guess? Is that the right word? But, I realized as I was recording the previous video that I was kind of leaving the puzzle screen a little fast, so I'm trying to consciously slow that down. I have to do that a lot, actually. Not specifically, what am I trying to say? Not specifically, like, you know, linger on screens, but like, I naturally talk kind of fast. I'm sure you noticed it, so I have to consciously slow myself down when I'm speaking so that my words are legible. Being legible is good, generally speaking, when the whole point of a video is to talk over a video game. I am having a lot of trouble with this one for some reason. This isn't that hard of a puzzle. Here we go, there's a piece finally, which means that goes there. And... ah. Oop. We'll come back to that one, and that one. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Just a little bit of a rough start is all. Making progress now. Whoops. I thought for sure. It seems I was incorrect. There we go. Yeah, these... I gotta face the mic more. Anyway, these hieroglyphics are definitely the most troublesome part of this particular puzzle. She said before immediately putting down a piece. There we go. The deceased worship in front of the Crocodile God of Fertility. Artist unknown. I think that's Sobek, actually. I was literally just talking about him. Alright, one more puzzle. Man, this is a... really interesting. There we go. I was gonna say, this is a particularly crusty JPEG. There it goes. You gotta really pay attention to background details and overlaps to make any real progress on them. You know, I thought I knew where this was gonna go, and then suddenly I didn't. We'll come back to that one later. Nope. Trying very hard not to hum along to the music. It is catchy, I'll give it that. Ah, damn it, I thought for sure. I thought incorrectly, clearly. Really? No? Ah, there we go, okay. I was just a little bit off track. But not by much. I'm gonna be honest, this is a little weird. I've not done a puzzle game Let's Play before, and I am thinking about these puzzles, but I'm also not thinking about them at the same time. I'm almost concentrating more on making sure my sentences are coherent. It's like, I kind of feel my brain working in the background, if that makes any sense. It's weird. Try it for yourself sometime, see what happens. Or don't, I'm not your boss. I hope I'm not anybody's boss, to be honest. Anyway, we're rapidly approaching the end of this puzzle here. Nice. Coffin of Petosiris lid decoration. Artist unknown. That's some intricate detail going on that lid. Hooray! Really hope that animation error clears up.
Maui apologized for his trick. I made you a magic fish hook, he said. Take me tomorrow. We'll catch the biggest fish you ever saw. The next day, the water was calm, with no fish in sight. Just as they turned to go back home, the ocean darkened, and huge waves came up. "It's my giant fish," cried Maui, and he lowered his magic hook into the water. Find the piece with Maui's magic hook.
You got it, mysterious narrator lady. Let me just make a save real quick, and then we'll be off to Madrid.